Spirit Sports Consultants presents
NFC Wild Card Weekend. These are our best bets. We're going to take a look at the point spreads, give you our recommendation for how to play each game. Interesting week 18. A lot of finalist spots. Let's start off with the aforementioned Rams-Lions matchup. Wow, the whole city of Detroit's excited for this. This is the marquee matchup, in our opinion, for the whole wild card weekend. These teams are surprisingly evenly matched. Don't look at the seeding, 6 versus the 3. They're very even at quarterback. They run the same style of offense, and their pass defense is equally flawed. We're going to look at the Rams here with Kupp and Nakua, with Nakua setting the rookie receiving record. Really impressive. This is a return of Matthew Stafford, who played for the Lions for over 10 years, and I went to several of those games, and I love that guy. But then the Lions present to you a vulnerable secondary. They've got a really good pass rush with Aiden Hutchinson and others, but look at them at home. They average 30 points. I think it's a little higher than that. Strong pass offense. We think that's the difference. This game is going to be exciting, probably the most entertaining game of the whole wild card weekend, as we said. Look for the Lions here in a close one, 34-31. Once the odds come out, take a look at that over to see what and take that position. So we have the Lions winning by 3, but that's also what the betting line is. That's the point spread 3. Let's look at some stats that give us some concerns about the Lions. For one thing, look how bad they are with pass defense. Almost 250 a game going against Matthew Stafford, and the Rams the same thing, 231. But look at this, average yards per attempt, second worst in the NFL going against Stafford, Kupp, and Nakua. That concerns us. So let's look at the lines and maybe take a look at what a better play might be than just the point spread. Lions favored by 3, as we said. Totals number 51.5. We think that's your play. Take the over on that one. Here's the reason. You're playing indoors against teams that are out of division. They're not that familiar with each other, aside from Matthew Stafford. But also, you got poor pass defenses, great pass offenses. Even though it's a primetime game, this says over to us. Take the over 51.5 for the play. Don't bet it straight, because I think this game could go either way. With a 3-point spread, we could actually see the Rams winning this. Sorry, Lions fans. Hate to say it. And before we continue, if you would, just join our channel. And if you like this video or find it useful, like it and then subscribe. We provide weekly NFL picks, highlights, and sports travel. Thank you. Don't just take our word for it. If you want to see why we recommend you subscribe, look at our record from last week 18. 6-2. We did our first player prop of the year. 5-2 in games, 1-0 in player props. We really did well in the Dolphins. We knew, living here in South Florida, we knew they would struggle against the Bills offense, and with their injuries that they're facing right now, we even got the score almost right. 21-17, 21-14 was the final. So subscribe and join, and we'll give you these highlights and updates every week. Next up, we've got the Eagles at the Bucs, and what's going on with these two teams? The Bucs have been one of the most inconsistent teams all season. Really, honestly, for us, we have not been able to predict them at all. I think our record is ridiculous compared to how we've been able to predict teams like the Lions, Dolphins, and then the Eagles. The question we have is, was the 10-1 start a mirage? We had a conversation with an Eagles fan. We were joking. We said, Eagles with a lucky win over the Bills, and he responds, well, 10-1 ain't luck. Well, there was a lot of luck in that 10-1. And now they're showing without that luck, they're not being able to win these games. Now let's look at Jalen Hurts. How serious is that injury? Looked pretty bad to us. Middle finger was totally out of whack. And then the pass defense has just been getting torched for the past several games. Looked bad against Dallas, looked bad against the Giants twice, got upset by the Cardinals at home. We just don't know what's going on with this team. We think they've got all the talent to beat the Bucs, but are they going to show up and do it? That's the question. Then the Buccaneers, you look at what they've done, as we already picked on them. They've been inconsistent. And then what's the status of Baker? I mean, he's put up great numbers this year, but again, he's been inconsistent. And if this team can put together a consistent performance, they'll probably win by 4. And then their pass defense, the statistics show that they're weak. That has to do also with the teams they've played, but in tough matchups like when they were on the road at Green Bay, they've shown up and done really well. But I think that then comes down to the consistency. Which team is going to show up? That's our question here. In this game, we think the Bucs have a slight edge, being that they're home, and just the way that the Eagles are playing. And then, like we said, looking at Jalen Hurts' injury, that looks pretty significant. So we think the Bucs take this one, 27-21 over the Eagles. Not surprising, the Eagles are favored here as road favorites, 3 points. The total's number is 44. We think your best play is the Buccaneers +4. Although, in full disclosure, we don't plan on taking a position here. We don't trust either team. They've just been too inconsistent. We think if you had to, if you're doing a pick contest or something like that, take the Buccaneers. We like them as a home underdog. Now, one of the matchups we're really looking forward to, the Packers and the Cowboys. Wow, what a performance late season by Jordan Love. We kind of been high on him all season. We think he took a lot of criticism early on, but first season starting, it takes a while to kind of get your feet set and get into a rhythm. And also, the Packers had a lot of injuries. Now Green Bay has Aaron Jones back, Jair Alexander, second team All Pro cornerback. That could be a huge difference. And then Jordan Love is playing probably the best football of the season or of his career. So if you look at what the Packers bring to the table, we see a lot of positives, a lot of things to like. And then the first we're going to mention is Jordan Love's performance. We actually thought that the Bears were going to upset the Packers, but we kind of underestimated what Jordan Love was going to bring. And then again, talking about that pass defense, we've been saying about all season, waiting for Jair Alexander to come back and thinking that gave the Packers an edge. But he was out for several weeks with that injury, was suspended one game due to an issue with the coin toss. But with him back in the fold, if they can be consistent, that's again one of the Packers' weaknesses this year. We think they've got a chance against the home team Cowboys, who have been playing some of their best football. And again, their home record, we believe they're undefeated at home this year. And then we say they have a diverse pass offense. We think that Dak can spread the ball around and then two shutdown corners. With Stephon Gilmore and Deron Bland manning each side, and then with the pass rush, I think the Cowboys have a huge edge. And again, looking at that home dominance, it's like they struggled several games against the Bills, at the Dolphins. Actually, should have won that game at Miami. And we think they're going to protect the home turf here as much as we like the Packers. It's Jordan Love's first playoff start, whereas Dak Prescott's been through the fire, and especially at home, we think that edge is enough to give the Cowboys the win. Now let us look at the odds, and the Cowboys are favored by 7.5. It's about right for a home team on the roll that they've been on, especially at home. The total number is 47.5. We would lean over on that, but that's not our primary position. We think the Cowboys are just dominant at home. The Packers, there's going to be some first playoff game jitters we would expect for Jordan Love. He has been cool all year, but this is going to be a lot playing at Arlington. We think Dak and that offense, plus the shutdown corners on the Dallas pass defense, are going to be the difference here. Take the Cowboys.
That's all for this time. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to sharing our future videos with you.